Good morning. So this is a session on quantitative techniques. Okay. So quantitative techniques are the problems regarding your entrance exams, like might be placements by top level companies, A level or B level companies, government companies, or might be entrance exams, PhD entrance exams, or ordinary entrance exams for any college. And the basic syllabus is a 10th standard syllabus, little bit of plus 1 plus 2 also, and completely based on the common sense of the mathematics knowledge what you have, and it is very important from exam point of view. So I have made a humble attempt here to solve some important problems from the basics. First I took the topic of number theory, because that is the first very important topic which you have to know. And I'm going to take the session for about 20 or 30 minutes. You can see that, and any doubt is there, please you can contact me. Okay, any doubt is there, you can certainly contact me. At the end of the session, I'll give my mobile number, or I will tell my mobile number. You can contact me, or you can contact to my email ID also. So any doubts you can please ask, but one thing is very certain: don't just see the video. Start working out each and every topic. When you see a problem, work out and see. For example, I've written 8 by 2 is 4. I might be wrong. Just check it. Then only it will be of help to you. And solve this problem. Certainly it will help you in your exams. So with so much of introduction, and one more thing, any student from any background, might be science, might be arts, might be commerce, might be engineering, might be masters of administration or medical science or agriculture, anything, any student can answer the problems. Okay, and in his entrance exam he will have, in the part of quantitative techniques, this syllabus. Might be from any stream. Okay, stream is not important, but if you want to be successful in a competitive exam, or in a placement entrance exam, then you have to be strong in quantitative techniques. Even in exams like CAT or MAT or GMAT or anything, these questions will be helpful to you. Railways or entrance exam or whatever. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that I will talk separately one day. Now I'm going to into the number system, and here I would like to tell you, I'm not going deep into the theory, only the problems. And in the problems, wherever possible, I will discuss the theory used. In the problems, wherever possible, I will discuss the theory used. See, find 3 rational numbers. So this is 3. Find 3 rational numbers between 3 and 5. Question is, find 3 rational numbers between 3 and 5. Okay. So you know what is a rational number? Number which can be written in the form of p by q, the form of fraction where q not equal to 0. Okay. Which cannot be written in the form of p by q, it's not a rational number. So first rational number, how we get? See, add it. That's all. 3 plus 5 divided by 2. That is, I get 8 by 2, 4. 4 is a rational number because 4 can be written as 4 by 1. Okay, 4 and 1 are integers. Okay, one rational I got. So 3 and 4 I got, 3 and 5 I got this rational number. Next, it is my duty. They have not asked what is a certain particular rational number. They have asked any 3 rational numbers between 3 and 5. There are infinitely many. There are infinitely many rational numbers in between 3 and 5. There are infinitely many rational numbers in between 3 and 5. Okay, there are infinitely many rational numbers between 3 and 5. So for example, if you take this here, first rational number I got 4. Now I go to find out a rational number in between 3 and 4. So 3 plus 4 by 2, that is 7 by 2. Okay, then the third rational number. Okay, then the third rational number, that is in between. See, I'll take in between 4 and 5. I can take in between 4 and 7 by 2. I can take in between any the corresponding two numbers and find out. That is, add and divide by 2. I will take a rational number in between 4 and 5. That is 4 plus 5 by 2. That is 9 by 2. So 4, 7 by 2, 4, 7 by 2, and 9 by 2. Okay. Clear? And 9 by 2 are the three rational numbers in between 3 and 5. These are the three rational numbers in between 3 and 5. So these are the three rational numbers in between 3 and 5. Hope it is clear to you. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now you can see here, see, after the second question, after doing 3/5 of the biology homework on Monday night, see, after doing 3/5 of the biology homework on Monday night, Sanjay did 1/3 of the remaining work on Tuesday night. Sanjay did 1/3 of the remaining work on Tuesday night. What fraction of the original homework would Sanjay have to do on Wednesday night to complete the biology assignment? See, after doing 3/5 of the biology homework on Monday night, Sanjay did 1/3 of the remaining work on Tuesday night. Okay, what fraction of the original homework would Sanjay have to do on Wednesday night to complete the biology assignment? Okay, to complete the biology assignment. What fraction of the original homework would Sanjay have to do on Wednesday night to complete the biology assignment? Correct. So 1 by 15, 2 by 15, 4 by 15, 2 by 5. So what will be the remaining homework on Monday night? See, he is doing 3/5 of the biology homework on Monday night. So what happens here? 1 minus 3 by 5. How much you get? That is 2 by 5. 1 minus 3 by 5 will be how much? It will be 2 by 5. So 1 minus 3 by 5 will be how much? It will be 2 by 5. 1 minus 3 by 5 will be 2 by 5. It's clear. So now work done on Tuesday night. So work done on Tuesday night is that is Monday night is he has completed 3/5 of the work. So remaining work will be he has completed 3/5. So 1 minus 3 by 5. You should know how to minus. Okay, it's a very basic thing. You should know how to minus. 1 minus 3 by 5. Take LCM. Don't use calculator. Try to do manually. These simple things, don't please use calculator at simple stage. Final stages you can might be used. Some exams they allow you, some exams they don't allow. You have to be sharp. Then work done on Tuesday night. So Sanjay did 1/3 of the remaining work on Tuesday night. So 1/3 of the remaining work, that is 1/3 of 2 by 5 on Tuesday night. So 1/3 of 2 by 5 will be 2 by 15. So remaining homework to complete the biology assignment. What happens? Remaining homework to complete the biology assignment. Remaining homework to complete the biology assignment will be what is that? See, remaining homework to complete the remaining homework. See, Monday 2 by 5 was remaining. Out of that 2 by 5, he completed 2 by 15. Out of this 2 by 5, he completed 2 by 15. I hope you are following. It's very simple. Common sense. See, out of 2 by 5, he completed 1/3 of that. That is, he completed 2 by 15. This is 1/3 of 2 by 15 means 1 by 3 into 2 by 5. It will be 2 by 15. So, remaining homework to complete the biology assignment. So, remaining will be out of 2 by 5, 2 by 15 complete. So, 2 by 5 minus 2 by 15 will be 4 by 15. This is LCM is 15. 5 3 times 3 into 2 6 minus. If I don't know how you should know LASA, it is called in Kannada, that is LCM, least common multiple. So 6 minus 2, that is 4 by 15. So option is C. Very simple. I hope you followed it. Now see the third question. What is the value of M and N respectively? See, what is the value of M and N respectively if M 39048458N is divisible by 8 and 11? See, what is the value of M and N respectively if M 39048458N is divisible by 8 and 11? Okay, we have to find what is the value of M and N if M 39048458N is divisible by 8 and 11, where M and N are single digit integers, that is what is the value of M and N means M and N 7, 4, 8, 6, 6, 4 and 3, 2. Okay. Now see here, a number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. Is it not? A number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. So what happens here? See, 58N is divisible by 8. So from where did I get this rule? A number is divisible by 8. From where did it get this rule? See, I hope you understood the question. This m and n we have to find out, and this is divisible by 8 and 11. Okay, this full number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 digit is divisible by 8 and 11. We have to find m and n. Okay, we have to find the value of m and n. It's a single digit. Now a number is divisible by 8. The rule for divisibility by 8 is a number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. If the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8, that is 5, 8, n is divisible by 8. So clearly n is 4. Clearly n is 4. Okay, 5, 8, n is 4. Okay, again a number is divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of the digits at the even places and sum of the digits at the odd places is either 0 or is divisible by 11. See, what is the rule for divisibility by 11? A number is divisible by 11. A number is divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of the digits at even places, that means 2, 4, 6 places, and sum of the digits at odd places 1, 3, 5 like that is either 0 or is divisible by 11. So see, sum of the difference of the even places, what I get? Odd places m plus 9 plus 4 plus 4 plus 8 minus even places 3 plus 0 plus 8 plus 5 plus n. Okay, sum of the digits at the odd places. Difference between odd and even and odd, both same, odd and even or even and odd. This will be m plus 25 minus this will be 16 plus n. This will be m minus n plus 9, which must be 0 or it must be divisible by 11. Okay, this must be 0. See, it is given here. It must be 0 or is divisible by 11. So what happens? This will be m minus n. This must be 0. Or if it is 0, m minus n plus 9 is 0. So what we get? Or it must be divisible by 11. Divisible by 11. So what happens here? Actually, if we take, it will be, see here it is given, see. M and n are single digit terms. Okay. So m minus n is equal to 2. M minus n will be equal to 2. We get m minus n will be equal to 2. Why? Can you say why? Because see, if it is divisible by 11 means either m minus 9 is n plus 9 is 0 or m minus n will be, it is 0 means m minus n plus 9 is 0, that is m minus n is minus 9, that is not possible. So it must be divisible by 11 means m minus n plus 9 should be equal to 11. The numbers divisible by 11 is 11, 22, 33 like that. So 11, m minus n plus 9 is 11, so m minus n is 11 minus 9, that is 2. So m is equal to 2 plus n, and n is equal to 4, already we got here. The last 3 digit is divisible by 4 means n should be 4. N should be 4 by common sense. Okay. So m is 6 and n is 4. So I explained as slowly as possible. Very simple 10th standard question. You are engineering students or professional colleges, you should be able to understand it. Any doubt, please ask me. Now the question number 4. The highest power of 9 dividing 99 factorial completely is, you know what is factorial? 4 factorial means 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. The highest power of 9 dividing 99 factorial completely is 20, 24, 12, 11. Okay. Highest power of 9. The power of 9. Okay, understand. Power of 9, it's either 20, 24, 12. So 99 factorial means 99 into 98 into 97 goes on. 96 into 95 into 4 into 1. So to find the highest power of 9 that divides this product. Okay, see I have explained here. To find the highest power of 9 that divides this product, we have to find the sum of the powers of all 9s in the expression. The sum, because we want to know the highest power of 9. So if we want the highest power of 9, we have to find the sum of all the powers of 9 in the expression. We have to find the sum of all the powers of 9 in the expression. So in the number from 1 to 99, all the numbers divisible by 9 are 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 60. That is multiple of 9, 72, 81, 90, 99. So powers of 9 if you count, here 1, here 2, here 3, here 4. So see here it is 9 into 1, here 9 into 1, 1 9, here 9 into 3, here 9 into 4, here 9 into 5, here 9 into 6, 9 into 7, 9 into 8. Here 9 into 9, you are getting 2 powers. Then here 9 into 10, here 9 into 11. So add all that. Here 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here 2 9s are there, 10, 11, 12. So that is 12 in number. Therefore, it clearly shows that 99 factorial will be completely divisible by. It clearly shows that 99 factorial will be completely divisible by 9 power 12. Okay. So I hope you followed it. Okay. Any doubt, you please ask me. I will certainly explain to you. And you know, in the entrance exams, you will have at the most 2 or 3 minutes for a problem. You will not get more than that. So you will have to be fast. Speed is also very important. Okay. As soon as you're going through these problems, please see the theoretical part in number theory. You'll get in Google. If you Google it, you'll get, or you get in internet, the different rules in number theory, or you can come and meet. Find the number of different divisors of 50 besides unity and the number itself. Find the number of different divisors of 50. See, find the number of different divisors of 50 besides unity and the number itself. Find the number of different divisors of 50, comma, besides unity. Number of different divisors of 50 besides unity and the number itself. Question like that. Find the number of different divisors of 50. So divisors of 50 besides unity and the number itself. Other than 1 and itself, the different divisors of 50. So 50 can be written as 2 into 5 into 5, that is 2 power 1 into 5 power 2. So the number of total divisors is what happens? See, 1 plus 1 into 2 plus 1, that is 2 into 3, 6. Therefore, the number of divisors, there are 6 divisors including 1 and 50. This is the rule of number theory. How did I get it? See, prime number. 50 can be written in terms of prime number, 2 power 1 into 5 power 2, 2 and 5 numbers. Then number of divisors will be 1 added to their powers. 1 added to their powers, 1 plus 1 into, see, 2 plus 1, 6. Number of divisors, total number of divisors, in that 2 has to be removed. That is number 1 and itself. So 6 minus 2, 4. Okay. Also you can do it by common sense. That is total number of divisors of 50. You can write divisors of 50 are 5, then 10. Then which all you get? 5 total number of divisors of 50. So 1, 1, then 2, then 3, I don't think so, then 5, then 10, then 25, then 50. So 6. In this remove 1 and 50. So how many is left? 4 is left, like that. So this is the common sense question. This is the I solved it by using the rule. Okay, the rule of number theory. Please search in the Google, you will get it. You can also do it by your common sense. Okay, question number 6. A certain number when divided by 899 leaves the remainder 63. Find the remainder when the same number is divided by 29. See, a certain number when divided by 899, a certain number, read the question properly. A certain number when divided by 899 leaves the remainder 63. Find the remainder when the same number is divided by 29. That is 5, 4, 1 cannot be determined. Okay, number is 899 q plus 63. That is the rule of division algorithm. If A divides B, if you get quotient q and remainder r, then we know B is equal to A q plus r. So this is B now. 899 divides the number. So number is equal to 899q plus 63 is the remainder, where q is quotient, r is remainder. So now here this can 899 can be written as 31 into 29, because we want, when we want the answer remainder when the number is divided by 29. So I factorize it. 899 can be written as 31 into 29 into q plus 58 into 5. Why I wrote 58? Because 29 2 times 58. Now 29 common, 31q plus 2 plus 5. So this is a constant. So 29q plus r. So r is the remainder. So remainder is 5. Totally we are using, if A divides B, if q is the quotient and r is the remainder, B is equal to AQ plus r. So the last problem is a bit simple one. All are simple only. You have to work and be strong in your common senses. 2/3 of a number is 30 less than the original number. The number is, see, 2/3 of a number is 30 less than the original number. Then the number is 90, 60, 120, 45. Okay, 2/3 of a number. Question is, so let the number be x. If I take the number as x, then 2/3 of a number is 2 by 3x. Okay. is 30 less than the original number. See, 30 less than the original number means x minus 30. Original number is 30. Sorry, original number is x. 2/3 of the number, that is 2/3 of original number, that is 2/3 of x is 30 less than the original number. So x minus 30. Then it is simplification. I bring x this side. So 2 by 3x. So x minus 2 by 3 small. So I take this side. X minus 2 by 3x equals 30. So x into 1 minus 2 by 3 is 30. So take LCM here. So x by 3 is 30. So x is 90. So the number is 90. So this is the original number. So I solved 7 problems. I've been a bit slow today. Okay, I'll be a little more faster because you have to be fast. Any doubt, please ask me. If I get positive response in these problems, then certainly I will do few more videos so that it help all the student communities and all the students who are trying for good jobs and all the entrance exams, etc. Okay, please go through it, and any doubt you can please contact me. Okay, you can also email me. You can give your suggestions also. So now I wind up the session here. This video will be uploaded in the YouTube also. So any doubts you can please contact me. So now I wind up the session here. All the best. Thank you.